Ladies and gentlemen, the bridal party are here. They are ready to enter the room. They are very excited, and I hope you guys are excited. It's such a great opportunity here tonight to be MC for good friends tonight. And I'm looking forward to telling you a little bit about each member of the bridal party. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about each member of the bridal party. So I'd just like to introduce Jess and Serge to take a step into the room. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each partner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Kelly's first bridesmaid, Jess, has been a close friend. This is Jess's table here, obviously. Kelly's first bridesmaid, Jess, a close friend of Kelly for 8 years, and they met at Kelly's 18th birthday, where she randomly turned up with a guest of a guest. Now, they instantly bonded and became great friends. Kelly tells me Jess is incredibly domesticated and sends Kelly a photo of what she cooks most nights. Jess also loves a costume party and is often found in a onesie. Now tonight, Jess is voted most likely to party the hardest and be the last one standing. Now, Jess is partnered by Rhys's older brother Serge. They've had a great relationship over the years, apart from when Rhys would try to hit on Serge's girlfriends. That was Rhys in the background. Rhys managed to get Serge up for a private flight recently, and Serge was airsick and vomited as Rhys was showing off his skills. Now, this was the first time that Rhys had seen Serge in a hat, which came in handy because he used it as a spew bag. Now, Rhys tells me that Serge is 100% guaranteed to have as deep and meaningful when out drinking. So if you're up for a chat tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Serge is your man. I'd like to introduce Jess Stewart, partnered by Serge Mitchell. Next we have Lauren and Steve. Now, Kelly's second bridesmaid tonight is Lauren. Kel first met Lauren when on a double date with Rhys and groomsman Steve. Lauren is engaged to Steve and they plan to marry in May 2014. Lauren loves to dance and knows how to have a good time, and Lauren's philosophy is go hard or go home. Lauren helped Jess organise the Hens Day in Rutherglen, which included a bus trip, wine tasting, and much more wine tasting. Lauren led them in drunken dancing at the Howlon pub, and they say the Howlon pub will never be the same again. Tonight we may call on Lauren again to demonstrate the dancing. Now, Rhys first met Steve in Year 9 when Steve changed schools and went to Murray. The first day they met, Steve tried to fight Rhys as Rhys accidentally threw a ball at Steve. Does that sound like you? Now, they said that Rhys talked him down and they've been great friends ever since. Now, Steve is the bank manager at Commonwealth Bank Beechworth, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the CBA as a major sponsor tonight. Steve is voted most likely to get drunk and drink everyone under the table. He probably already is. And if you mess with him, he may eat you like a hamburger. Please welcome Lauren Wallace and Steve Carter. It's now time for Emma and Ross. Now, Kelly's matron of honour is Emma. Kelly and Emma met in Year 11 at Albury High School after Kelly changed schools, and they've been friends for 10 years. Emma is an accountant, and together, Kel and Emma just love crunching numbers. Emma is married and just had her first baby girl, Chelsea, who is here tonight with her husband, Greg. Kel describes a perfect night in with Emma being with a bottle of vodka, in their PJs, watching a girly movie. Now, the best man tonight is Ross. Rhys and Ross met in Year 10 when they both worked at Big W on Nightville, and they realised they were dating sisters. Ross was the first to get fired, followed shortly by Rhys. Now, Rhys says Ross is a closet Trekkie and loves to dress up like Spock. He also resembles Dracula, but was famous in high school for popping his collar. Now, along with Steve, Ross organised the recent Bucks adventure in Melbourne and managed to bring Rhys home safely. Now, Ross is an Albury City councillor is possibly the next mayor of Albury and currently ranks higher in the opinion polls than Julia Gillard. I'd now like to introduce the Matron of Honour, Emma McNaught, and the best man, Ross Jackson. It's time for the bride and groom. Now, before we introduce Maverick and his new bride, let's take a moment to go back in history. It was August in 2008 when Kelly and Rhys first met at the Zeb Bar in Albury. Kelly's first impression was, look at this muscly man. He is way out of my league. Rhys loved the Taurus necklace that Kelly was wearing at the time and was intrigued by her individuality. He was so keen that night that he initiated a Facebook stalk. An innocent Facebook message was sent by Rhys. After Kelly initially played it hard to get, they arranged for Rhys to visit the next weekend when Kelly was having a girls' cocktail party. Rhys brought his wingman, Ross, and they intruded on the girls' night out. At the end of the night, Rhys tried many times to kiss Kel. Now, it wasn't until he pulled out the big guns, some Justin Timberlake, that he managed to get his first kiss, and this was the one. Alright, now the first date happened shortly after at the Thai Grand Palace, but little did Rhys know, Kel hated spicy foods and hardly ate a thing. I'm catching. Here we go. And after that, the relationship continued to grow as Kelly would travel to Newcastle on a regular basis, leaving after work on a Friday evening and travelling there. Now that's commitment. There was also regular trips back from Wagga as Rhys began working with Rex. And it wasn't until December 2010 and Rhys moved to Albury and they began living together. It was now March 30th, 2012 when Rhys arranged some takeaway from their first date location, the Thai Grand Palace, for a picnic at Noriel Park. By this stage, Kelly had trained herself to eat spicy foods and would possibly eat something this time. In the words of Rhys, I got down on one knee and Kel looked like a stunned mullet and never saw it coming. Rhys then proposed, and of course, Kelly said yes. After all, who could resist those muscles? Kelly was in tears as she called her mum to share the exciting news. Ladies and gentlemen, the rest is now history, and I'd like to create some new history tonight and give me great pleasure in welcoming Albury and Wahgunyah's newest bride and groom. Please welcome the new Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell.